It's another hot one here at Fran Rich Stadium in Richland as we get ready for the final home game of the regular season for the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. I'm Kevin Rance alongside Jason Quintero. And Jason, if you're going to have a finale, you can't ask much more for a battle for first place.
First, second, third, there's a group of very, very good teams at the top of this division fighting for what's going to be one guaranteed playoff spot and possibly another depending on how the rest of the divisions work out this weekend.
So last week we had a friendly. Things didn't go the Badgers' way, but they've also gotten a little bit used to this heat. They've played on this field under these very hot temperatures. How does that benefit them going into this week?
It's good that they got a chance to play on this last week. Really preps them being from Tri-Cities. A lot of them are going to be a little bit more used to this than the Spokane guys. But still, it's hot for everybody out here. But it's going to be a battle of attrition, really, and hydration. And then one difference from last week, unlimited subs last week in that friendly. Today, not unlimited subs. So it's going to be kind of a chess match of when you choose to use those as well.
Now we're back into league play. When we come back, Jason's got the first of his conversations in our pregame show. You're watching Tri-City Badgers FC Soccer on SWX. Welcome back to a very warm Fran Rich Stadium. Let's head down to Jason Quintero, who's got Miguel Chavez. Jason?
It's Kevin. I'm here with Miguel Chavez. Miguel, big game here, big weekend for you guys. What's your thoughts coming into this weekend?
We just got one thing on our mind, and that's to win. Really, that's it. We got to win. We got to get a dub. There's no other way about it.
Not much separation between Surf, Badgers, and Shadow. It really seems like a game where every single second, every single challenge is going to matter.
It will. It's going to be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it. When we went up there, we beat them 2-0, but it was a tough game all the way through to the last minute. So,
Thanks, Miguel. Thanks. We're going to head back to a commercial break real quick and be back with Ronald. Stay tuned to SWX.
You wanted to keep going. You're like, I got more questions. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Actually, did I? Okay, there it is. Oh, good God. Ow. Oh, my goodness, that hurt. Oh, I'm getting all the stuff that's happening in the truck again, and somebody just put down their headset really hard. So it's just like, pow! No, I just was like, oh. No, so what happened? So what's going on is that the power brick for the play-by-play that was used to plug into play-by-play does not work. So what we did is we took the power cord from the spare, plugged it into the play-by-play. It's the one that's fidgety, and so I think I've got my phone set up to sort of be the weight on the cord so that the play-by-play mic will work. I don't. We can do it. We've got like 3 minutes to do it. So if that can be done in 3 minutes, great. If not, this works. Okay. Hot one here at Fran Rish Stadium as we're getting ready for the Tri-Cities Badgers FC taking on the Washington East Surf Squad. First place in the East Division on the line. Let's head down to Jason Quintero, who's got Ronald Medrano. Jason.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with Ronald Medrano. Ronald, you've been playing the whole year to come down to this final weekend to determine who goes to the playoffs and who goes home. What's your feelings coming into today?
Yeah, big match today. You know, we have to take it one game at a time. There's a game tomorrow, but our minds are focused on playing well today, being able to get a W and securing a spot in the playoffs.
And out of anybody on the roster, you've probably been in more do-or-die games like this. Is that something you lean on in terms of your experience coming into this?
Yeah, you know, I just let the boys know that it's one game at a time, that at the end of the day, we show up, we play hard, we give it all we got. The result will come based on your effort. So just give it 100% and just do the best we can.
Ronald's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Kevin, back to you for kickoff.
Team's coming out to the field right now with their members of the team coached by Miguel Chavez, who we spoke with earlier. He's the coach of this young girls team. What's their age?
2017 girls, so about 6-7 years old.
7 years old, okay. Depending on when they were born. So we'll get that. Big matchup, though. And, you know, you always love rivalries, and you love games in which everything is sort of on the line. And we've got everything on the line tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. But you heard both teams talking about it. It's just about focus, one game, just get this game done because Badgers got another one tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting how the end of the season winds up here on the schedule. Surf, this is it for them. It's really win or go home for them. Badgers kind of have two swings at the bat here. They still have a chance tomorrow if they win tomorrow, but if they win tonight, that locks in a playoff spot. What they don't know is whether they'd be seeded as the winner of the division or as the wild card slot.
Yeah, Badgers FC, they win, they lock in, but the winner of this one, the winner of the division will play where did I have it? I just had it. Everett. They'll play the Everett Jets out of the North. Yakima United won their division, the South Division, so they're going back into the postseason again. They're ready to move on. So Everett Jets also ready to move on. So it's going to be interesting to see. We still have three teams. Each one of the three teams, and Surf is playing their final game. Badgers FC and Spokane Shadow have a game tomorrow. Each one of them could win this, could be the wild card, or could be out entirely. And that's a crazy weekend to have to deal with, that's for sure.
It's a really testament to how strong this division is as well, and three really good squads here in Eastern Washington, two up from Spokane, Washington East being from Washington East Surf being from Spokane area. Then you have Spokane Shadow and Tri-Cities Badgers with some quality soccer happening here in the 509 for sure.
So it looks like we're going to go ahead and get our national anthem here. Tri-Cities Badgers out in the white uniforms, the Surf in the powder blues.
shake hands, get ready to play here. Trying to see if I can determine starting lineups. I do see a 6 down there who's listed on the roster as Brian Martinez. It looks like Nathan Alvarado to me. So I think it might be Nathan Alvarado. But he's on the bench. And we are back. Last week we had sort of, for heat purposes and for the purposes of it being a friendly, it was pretty loosey-goosey, unlimited substitutions. We just wanted everyone to be able to play, not, put themselves in any danger. But it was, kind of more relaxed. This week, it's back to business, back to seriousness, just the 3 subs. And, it's, and you still get the 100-degree heat. It's 100. The referees were saying about 104 at kickoff.
And this is a delayed kickoff time. This kickoff was originally supposed to be, I think, 4 o'clock.
Yes.
So it's moved back here, 6:30. You will see parts of the field are already shaded. And here as the night goes on, probably by the end they'll be almost fully shaded, so the players can have some reprieve from the heat.
I don't know that we're going to get dark.
No, definitely not dark.
We're not going to be dark tonight, but we are. And we were joking because the head coach over at Surf, and he was talking about, man, he wish he could start this game like at 10 o'clock tonight. He wanted this to be like super late just to get the heat out of it. So. But yeah, it was interesting. It's going to be a warm one, that's for sure. The hope is that as the sun starts to set, the shadows will start to cross the field. It will start to cool down. But you're looking at, it's almost the hottest part of the day right now. Crazily enough, as we just passed the 6 o'clock hour, we get into 6:45, and so it's a big one.
Surf coached by Jay Vela and Julio Morales, fixtures in the Eastern Washington youth scene. Julio spent some time as well at the college level as an assistant at University of Montana and Eastern Washington University as well.
Hey, go Eags. That's a disparate pair of schools right there. Surf will start with the ball going from right to left, and those powder blue uniforms, trying to find some space. Right now they're playing in the sun. We should have told them the shades over on this side. They're going to swing things over. And that ball is going to go out. Well, going to be Badgers' ball. Goes out of bounds off of Mario Bato. He was the captain for Washington East. I do love powder blue uniforms, though. Throwing in will be Eric Martinez for Badgers. Sergio Ruelas loses it temporarily. No, nice defense there. Get it out to Ruelas. Splits the legs of one of the Surf defenders, but a little too firm on the next touch. Now, Badgers, almost lost that ball in a very dangerous spot. Able to corral it, though, is Jimenez. Ruelas tried to play a little two-man game with Andrade, but Surf take care of that one. Badgers around midfield with the ball. Cadinez down the left side, gets it over to Cervantes. Beto Cervantes back on the field tonight after not being here last week. Extraordinarily talented player from Chihuahua. Now Potter. Chase Potter back. Played this weekend. He's going to be heading to Gonzaga here in another week or two, so he'll get some opportunity to play. Reyes, as the Badgers just maintain possession out near midfield. Now we're trying to find a little more attacking opportunities, but it's taken by Surf. Now, Washington East with it, and another lost ball, but they're going to say off of Badgers FC. So Surf maintains possession. Not yet seen Surf in just the first couple of minutes of this one get the ball to the attacking side of the field. They've been mostly on their back heels at this point. And now Julian Reyes with the steal. Potter has to try to get it back, and now down the right side, out in front of the Badgers. Jimenez dives in front. Nice tackle there by Jimenez.
Big time challenge by Jimenez. He had to make that tackle inch perfect. Timing had to be just right.
It's Chris Swider that was going down the right side. Handshake between the two. Surf with the throw in and some miscommunication there.
Slipped on a mud patch, I think.
And turns the ball over. One of the things I don't know that comes across on TV as well, and that you definitely can see when you're here, is that the black pellets on the turf here, when the ball rolls, it's kicking those things up the whole time. Talking with one of the referees, the referee on the far side earlier, and he was not very excited about having to stare into the sun all day.
Yeah, I wonder how that coin flip went with who gets to be the in the shade assistant referee and who's in the sun AR.
Senior or seniority, is it a flip of the coin? Potter has it for the Badgers FC.
Although a lot of times you want that far side because you're not here close to the benches where you're probably getting an earful from coaches. not that these coaches would ever do such a thing.
Of course they would.
But there are coaches out there for sure that love to talk to this AR that's always in front of their bench.
Miguel Chavez battling over there, and Cervantes saves it from going out of bounds. Can't control it. Finds the feet of Surf and Aiden Sanders. Now again, they're going to try to send it up to Swider. Cleared off to the side though. Not cleared out. Swider has it. He tries to lay one off. You'd think he was trying to find Chris Peretti, but Peretti had not taken his route towards the goal. So instead, it's Badgers FC ball. Julian Reyes taps it up. Nobody out in front of him, though. You heard Miguel Chavez talk about it in the pregame. These two played earlier this season. Tri-City Badgers winning that one 2-0, but a closely contested, tight game all the way through. So first 3 minutes, mostly dominated by the Badgers. Now we've seen a little more possession for the Surf. Left side, trying to split a pair of defenders. Can't. That is Artem Yushkevich. Now Chavez out. 1v1. Now a second defender comes over there. Nice work by Kyle Welch out of the back line. So throw for the Badgers. Right about the 5-yard line of the football field. Excited next week. I'll get to release and talk about our high school football schedule on SWX. We'll be out here at Richland for a game. And it's Badgers trying to find the opening, the space. Bado tries to slip it up, can't. Captain's armband on Giovanni Carranza, one of the defenders for this Badgers FC squad. He was there battling. Jimenez trying to keep it in, can't quite do that. And it'll be a throw for Surf. Oh no, they're going to say throw for Badgers. Into the 8th minute here. Still early on out of this 45-minute half. The two squads just trying to find the rhythm in the heat. One thing you do probably find out once you do it, but maybe don't think about it originally, is that yes, your body gets physically tired in the heat, but that can also be very mentally draining to be in the heat. Peretti on the left side. In between A couple of defenders backing up, looking for help. Sent back to Welch. He's going to get it back to Peretti. Now the Badgers FC on the attack. Chavez poked away from him. Eden Sanders now down the right side. Neither team finding that initial opportunity as the ball goes wide. Attempting to find Bryce Allred, but a little too long.
Yeah, it's been kind of a cagey start so far. Both teams really not taking any big chances, trying to possess a little bit, see what opens up, being patient.
We talked about this when we were both, because we both were at the C3 Slam today, and about the idea of how you handle 3-on-3 and lots of screens and trying to find open opportunities. As Chavez going to cross to Sergio Ruelas, and it's cleared. Nicely done by Washington East. Badgers FC maintains possession, though. I think that might have been Kyle Welch again. Left side. Godinez. Now Godinez going to back everything up near midfield. Potter into the center. Nicely finds some space, finds Reyes. Gets past one defender, tries to touch it back to Andrade. It's taken by Peretti. A foul whistle blown there on Chase Potter. Jason, when you have games in back-to-back nights, as Sergio Ruelas loses his shoe, you have games in back-to-back nights, both something like this. I don't know if you've ever faced this, but I mean, both of these games for the Badgers are going to be extraordinarily hot. 100 degrees both days. I'd imagine that you're trying to, you need to win this game, but you also want to pace yourself and not blow yourself entirely for tomorrow.
And that's kind of the on-the-fly decision-making Humberto Chavez, coach of the Badgers, is going to have to make in terms of using how he uses his subs, who plays what type of minutes today in that type of game. Do you go for everything today, play maybe your top 11 a little bit more? Does Surf, go up a goal or two here today, and then you're kind of maybe just putting all your eggs in tomorrow's basket? So it's going to be kind of a play it by ear, minute to minute, depending on what the score line is. I would think if you have a chance to put it away today, that's what you do. But then the other curveball as well is their second game, their other game tomorrow. That's out of town. So not only are you, dealing with a back-to-back game, which is always difficult at this level, but you're also dealing with dealing with the travel as well.
Through for Surf, and Chase Potter will clear it for a corner kick. That was Allred. That was down there. He was handling it pretty well. He and Swider, a little two-player game, two-person game. But first corner, first set play out of this for this particular match as we reach the 9th minute. It'll be Allred again. As it looks like our two young helpers are on the other side of the field. So nobody went and got the ball. That went wherever it went. The official referee having a conversation with somebody. Trying to clear somebody out of somewhere. Oh, we're switching out the ball.
I guess, yeah. Okay.
We're getting verification that he's okay. Oh, might be pumping it up. That's what we're doing. We're pumping it up. No deflate gate here. So now we get our corner. Allred setting it up. There was a couple of different things that felt like they were going on there. Here comes Allred. Little in swinger. Backside Peretti with the header, but he gets it a little high, a little underneath that one.
And Peretti does have a threat to be a thorn in the Badgers' side tonight. He just finished up his career at UW. Heck of a player. Spent some time in the Real Salt Lake Professional Academy in his younger days as well before playing at UW. So look out for him trying to get free up and down the left side here for a serve.
He's laughing about how he felt like he should have had that one and where he went wrong as he was walking around. Badgers FC now. Switching the field. Quickly dispossessed. Or at least knocked away. So it'll be Badgers FC, but they have to reset again. Carranza back. He's got the vision. Potter's there for the short pass if needed, trying to set up something here. Now ball stolen by Surf. Peretti gonna try to lob it up front. That is to Yushkevich. Now Swider has it. He's gonna go to the middle of the field. And work it around. Seems like players not getting quite the grip on this turf. Seen a few folks that tried to stop or spin or something. That foot has gone out from underneath them. Surf back all the way to Welch. Down to Bedeau, but he's falls over almost. So Surf scrambling back all the way to the goalkeeper. That's Noah Jordan. Now up front again, trying to find Swider. Carranza has to just clear back to Perone. So it remains Badgers FC ball. Now over to Godinez on the far side. Godinez to Chavez. Looking for help, gets it to Andrade. He was trying to lead Cervantes up front. Just a little bit hard. So it goes over his head and it'll be throw in for Surf. The shadow that you see across the field is parts press box and part the giant tree behind the press box. So Surf with a throw from the 15-yard line. I'm going to call a handball, I think, on the men in the powder blue. So Badgers get it on the attacking side of the field. Now sending players forward. Kick goes into the box. Chavez was there just a little bit above his head. So it's a goal kick for Noah Jordan. Quick kick too out of the goalkeeper. Working, trying to find some space. Chase Potter has it now. He's going to try to find Ruelas. Ruelas has a defender fall on him, but Jordan beats him to the ball. So Chris Peretti has it for Surf. Now up to Swider. And a foul call as Mario Bedeau goes to the turf. It's a second whistle on Chase Potter. And Mario not getting up particularly quickly right now. So players getting an opportunity to try to get some water if they can. They're going to send some water out to Mario. As you can see, Chase get right into his right side. And Botto is up finally. Grab some water, dump it on your head, as you do in this temperature. So it'll be serve ball. Kyle Welch will be getting it underway as they work possession. Bideau again. Just recently up. Now they're trying to find Swider deep. Nice head there by Carranza up to Martinez. Now to Ruelas, who finds back to Martinez to Ruelas, who gets past his defender. Now there's some action here. Up to Chavez. He cannot beat Jordan to the ball, though. So Ruelas trying to get Chavez up front.
Good angle by Jordan there to kind of sniff out that through ball, kind of cheating off his line.
Allred now has it as Surf quickly on the attack on the other side. Allred battling with Jimenez. Back things up. Into the center to Peretti, who's moved over to the opposite side of the field where he's been most of this contest. Now they'll get all the way back out to Maciel. Now into the box, and not sure if they were looking for John Lehman or not, but ended up being nobody really there that could take advantage of that pass. So instead, Badgers FC, Cameron Parrott.
Yeah, it looks like he was just kind of looking for Lehman to make a diagonal run across the back end there. I like the idea of just flicking it into that space. Just not quite on the same page as Lehman.
But after the kick by the goalie, Surf maintains, well, Surf will recapture possession after Aaron couldn't get it to one of his guys. Another throw opportunity. It looks like the clock is zeroed out, so that is excellent. So clock timing will be kept on the field. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the official game clock, so we're going to be in a little bit of a guessing situation here. Last I saw, we were right around the 10th minute, so I'd imagine we're somewhere in the 15th minute area. All right, 3 men in white around him. Now they find Peretti. Peretti, nice possession there. He's got 2 defenders going with them. Chase Potter goes all the way with him to the opposite side. They were trying to find Tynan Silva. Or sorry, that was actually finding John Lehman.
Yeah, and there's a little snapshot of how Peretti can be so dangerous, making something out of nothing. Doesn't really need to be open to get his service in across the box, and delivers a gem driven on the ground across the 6, freezes Peretti. Far post runner just a half step late. First kind of real threat by Surf in the run of play here, though.
Cervantes, Beto gets it up down the left side. Now he's got past another defender. Incredibly athletic is Beto Cervantes. Just a little too firm on that next touch. So Surf with Peretti going down the left side to Allred. 2 defenders go with him, including Martinez. Allred has the ball kicked away from him. Chavez trying to get up, but it's Welch that controls it for Surf. And a bit of a loose foot there gives the ball to Cervantes, and he was trying to find Chavez heading into the box, but just a little off target. So Surf well back in their own zone, looking for some space. Off to the far right side. Into the middle. So you try to find Swider, he has to back out. So right now it's Allred and Peretti that are out front. The normal forward Swider playing a bit of a more midfield. And a foul called, and that's going to be on Swider, I believe. A little surprised it didn't go on Jimenez. He looked like he grabbed plenty of body, but the whistle goes on Blue. So, Badgers FC with the throw-in, it's Victor Godinez working his way up. Godinez looking down, trying to find Chavez, well defended. Onto the feet, though, of Julian Reyes. He loses control, and a whistle blows. That'll be Badgers FC ball.
Good little piece of skill there from Reyes to get out of traffic. Just got clipped on the heel as he was exploding out of that space.
Gonna back everything up to just about the 40-yard line. Still gonna start to see some white jerseys headed towards the box. Cervantes, Andrade, Chavez, Ruelas, Martinez, all in the box for Badgers. Gonna kick it in deep, and going to the turf is Miguel Chavez, looking for a whistle. All the official will say that it's a goal kick. And I think he told Chavez, you dove. No. We tell Noah Jordan there's another ball in play behind him.
I don't think he knows yet. Looks like we're just going to go.
He's cleared it out. That's good. Allred has it midfield, being hounded by Chase Potter. Now looking. They're going to back up. Cervantes. Maybe don't turn your back to the play, but in that case.
Looks like we're going to have a water break here.
And so that must mean we're about the 22-minute mark. 22, 23-minute mark right now. So that's where we'll get the temporary time. So, Jason, it hasn't been particularly up and down. It really, like you said, feels like it's sort of been tactical, feeling out the other team, trying to find out what we're doing. What are we seeing so far in the first half of this first half?
Yeah, very much so. And I think we learned also very early that it's not really a game you can play super direct in all the time. You can't just have your forwards run onto these balls. One, the heat factor. Two, Surf goalkeeper Jordan, he's doing well coming off his line and sweeping those out. If the Badgers are going to get through in the run of play, I have a feeling it's more connecting off the feet and hitting underlappers and overlappers and maybe playing a bit outside in. If you're Surf, I think really, you saw Peretti get free one time on the left and deliver a really nice looking ball in across the face of goal. If you're the Badgers, you'll have to look out for him, but so far pretty cagey still. It hasn't really opened up. Neither team really taking chances in terms of throwing numbers of players forward that might leave yourself open to be countered into the space that you're leaving. But it's going to be interesting. You get one goal here, and I think this is going to be really set off kind of a snowball effect of opening this game up. But if this goal never comes for either team, it could be cagey this whole time, and especially one thing I'm looking forward to is the substitutions and how they're going to play it a part in changing the pace and changing things with fresh legs. Right now you're kind of you're halfway through the first half, and both teams aren't really pressing very high up. The line of confrontation is more so about the top of the center circle, and they're letting their opponents kind of swing it around the back and ping it into their six and drop it back and try to find a new angle. And I wonder if some fresh legs might change that. We're closing down angles a little bit quicker as a forward when their defense is swinging it around. So kind of time will tell here how this next 22, 23 minutes goes, and see if a goal might open this up or if it's going to stay kind of this kind of early game chess match for the rest of this first half.
It does feel a little bit like both teams know it's at stake, and so it is so much about pounded into the idea of playing smart.
Yep.
And smart is not necessarily very risky. They're
right.
Generally pretty risk averse, and so you're looking at a situation where they're gonna send it here and there. They're gonna try to find some space and attack, but it's not gonna be launching forward and let's see if we can just get lucky kind of thing.
And step one right now is don't lose, right? And that's kind of how the mentality has been the first 22 minutes. Let's do things so we don't lose instead of let's do things so we can go win this. And fair enough, that is, the sensible thing to do at this point, 22 minutes into this game, where the result very, very much matters in playoff standings and all that stuff. So the factors I'm looking forward to are definitely going to start coming into play here. The heat, the substitutions, and all that stuff, and see if either team starts pressing a little bit more. Of course, the risk to pressing higher up is you are creating more space for those central midfielders to get in good positions to turn and play forward quickly, and so it does open yourself up. But that risk to reward kind of is what they're trying to balance right now on both sides.
So it'll be interesting to see as the players retake the field and everybody is hopefully rehydrated, ready to go. I think a lot of them are trying to. I'd be walking in shade right now. I mean, I'd be like, oh nope, I need to be where the shade is. Just that's my position. They're like, you're the goalkeeper, and I'm like, nah, it doesn't matter. No, I think that as we see more shade, that'll help. I think also a little bit. Where right now, direct sun is not going to be anybody's friend.
And
as Surf will throw the ball in to get things underway. Badut up to Swider, up trying to go down the right side, and the ball taken from behind Swider. Perrin going to try to kick it up to Andrade, can't. Retaken by Surf. Now they're trying to find Peretti, nice little like outside foot, trying to get the spin to keep it in. Unfortunately not able to do so. So Badgers FC with the throw, Eric Martinez has it. And then kicked and knocked off of another Surf player. So Badgers FC again. Surf comes into this one 19 points in play. This is their final regular season game. They have the lead in the Eastern Division. Right behind them, both Badgers FC and Spokane Shadow at 18 points. Between those three, two likely to move on to playoffs. Playoffs are a semifinal matchup and then a finals matchup. So just 4 teams make it. Peretti into the box, trying to cross. Eric Martinez with the slide tackle and kicks it out of bounds. So for a corner.
Really important challenge by Martinez. Just to knock that out for a corner, not let that ball get across. You had your center backs kind of sprinting back into their own goal. Anytime that happens, there's always a risk for the own goal.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the worst feelings in soccer.
Oh yeah, and sometimes there's absolutely nothing. You'll get a cross blasted off your chest or face or kneecap while you're sprinting back and trying to get in position to clear.
So another opportunity here off of a corner. Into the box, cleared out though by Badgers FC. Andrade going to end up with it, trying to split a couple of defenders and does. Now they've got some numbers to the Badgers. Andrade, not challenged yet, gets it out wide to Cervantes. He's got one man on him, and that's going to be pushed.
Oh, he's going to call that right outside the box,
It's gonna be right outside the box. Is that Julian Reyes, actually? Sorry, not Cervantes. That was Julian Reyes, and they're going to say just outside the box. That
Very
was
close to a penalty there. Inches from.
They're gonna put that thing. It is so close, and I think the Badgers FC coaching staff were thinking that would have been in the box.
Very dangerous position here for Chase Potter. You have to think he's going to be having a go at goal, in swinging right foot.
Julian Reyes there to have a conversation with him. Also joining them in the box, Miguel Chavez, Julio Andrade, and Alfredo Jimenez. Potter into the wall. Swider able to run it down and clear it, and almost that's about the 35-yard line where it'll be a Badgers throw. He tried to bend it around the wall, but just a little off the foot in the wrong position, and so can't be helped, unfortunately. And at least can't happen anything now, and so Carranza will be in the back. He'll receive the throw-in, and Badgers FC look again. That might have been the first really good opportunity for this Badgers FC team. They've had some few hopeful opportunities.
And it all kind of started off that counter from a corner kick, from a Surf corner kick, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes those corner kicks are just good opportunities to kind of get space open that you can attack into. Again, going back to how important that challenge was to deflect that cross out of bounds and force a corner kick there. A good chance to counter. And a foul committed against Reyes just on the edge of the box there as we see our first substitution of the day. It's going to be
Zachary Wenglikowski.
There you go. That's why I paused and waited for you.
Wenglikowski will roll in. He'll find himself on the back line for the Washington East Surf squad. Throwing it will be Sergio Ruelas. Yeah, you talk about that, and Julio Andrade able to like somehow keep possession between a couple of defenders, and Cervantes oversteps a little bit. Just nothing on that kick.
Whoa, what a dream there for Cervantes. Ball just falls to him as Andrade misses the header here, but deals with it well. Back to Cameron Perrone with the header, but yeah, what an opportunity for Cervantes in the box as he's getting a chance to get played through.
Now back again into Jordan. He finds Miguel Chavez, who's on the other team. He's going to try to chip it over. Jordan can't get it to go.
I like that idea, but yeah, Wenglikowski came on, and it's always kind of rough coming into a game cold. A. B, it's on a set piece or a throw-in in your defensive third, and C, he's looking straight into the sun. Ball kind of pinged down, and he was marking Cervantes on that situation. Ball pinged down and landed right at Cervantes' feet, and then right after that, Perrone finds a release here quickly, and then it might be a possible handball, no. And then they ping it over the top to Cervantes right over Wenglikowski's head. So he's had a great 30 seconds to start his game here, the new Surf right back.
We should just clarify, nobody's going into this game cold.
True, yeah, sorry.
It's a figure of speech.
Mentally cold, yeah.
Figure of speech. Badgers backing things up. Quickly back on the attack is the Surf, and some miscommunication there results in a turnover. So Ruelas down the right side, going to try to find Chavez, and again, good defensive play. Andrade saw something. I'm not sure what he saw, but he was disappointed that he didn't get to complete whatever it is he saw.
Yeah, he was just hoping Chavez would knock it down for him as he ran
No,
underneath
what
him.
a find by Andrade to Chavez with the left. Can't get it past the defender. Andrade splits the defender with a little back heel. Now across.
Oh.
Reyes to Ruelas in the front of the net. And boy, Badgers, as he's starting to threaten. Chavez with some strength there. Now to Reyes. Reyes into the right side of the box. A little up and over. Cleared out, though, by Surf. Real threats there by the Tri-Cities Badgers. Mario Bedeau, though, gets the ball back for Surf, and he's going to try to set it up to Peretti. That one will go, and it went out of bounds and came back in. In baseball, that's a fair ball. Soccer, you get to throw.
Looks like we have a Surf player down here behind the play.
And he's indicating a substitution. That'd
Yep.
be 2 substitutions already for the Washington East squad.
Quick reminder on
That's Kyle
Right on
Welch.
injury assessment on the field.
the substitution rules here. Once you have exited the game here, you cannot come back on. So every decision like this, and he's limping pretty good, Welch is. Every decision here on how kind of hurt you are, can you continue, are very, very, very important as the minutes go on here.
Especially in this heat, and to be down 2 substitutions already. As a couple of the Badgers players running over the bench, getting some water. So Kyle Welch will step out, grabbing the back of his right leg. That's all the makings of a hamstring pull or something along those lines. Rotating in. Number 5, that is Hilario Murillo. So 2 new members of the back line. Though Murillo looks like he's going more back mid, or like defending midfield.
And traditionally, those are generally the last players you want to sub out as your center backs. So much of that is just chemistry driven.
Because if it's just, it looks to me like they've got three defenders now, and then they're going to have some guy, and they got a lot of midfielders that are going to play kind of all over, including Murillo. As Allred and Chase Potter collected, Allred goes to the ground.
And I think Allred kind of got bailed out there, kind of initiated the contact with Potter, and then fell down himself as Surf plays quickly, finds target.
Murillo to Peretti on the outside. He's going to chase it down and give a firm touch. Peretti double teamed over there, and the ball will be kicked out of bounds by Giovanni Carranza. All red has it for Surf after the throw. He tried to find, well, I'm not sure where he was trying to find. I guess it's Swider over there, but it's easily taken by Tri-Cities Badgers. They're trying to find Chavez up front. Jordan will come out of his box to clean that one up a little bit. So instead, Surf has it now near midfield. Trying to find again Peretti, but Eric Martinez on call, ready to handle that one. To Potter. Got to get it back to Cameron Perrin. As they sort of slow everything down. Again, clock is zeroed out. We'll not know the time on the field. Usually we can kind of guess when stoppage time is starting, because the main referee will signal to both benches how much time there is of stoppage time. So we'll keep an eye on that. Throwing the ball will be Aiden Sanders for Washington East. Getting up front, nicely handled there by Lehman to Peretti. Down the left side, got some space. Had Martinez on his back foot to Lehman, and he scores! John Lehman from about 15 yards out.
Great finish by Lehman. That was all started by a cheeky little back heel into Peretti in the corner. Played a little 1-2 back to him. Just one touch and hit. Love this first touch, or second touch here. Just the setup touch inside of the foot, curling inside of the post. Too much pace for Perron. And it's 1-0 Surf, and this is going to make things very, very interesting as we come towards the end of this first half and looking forward to the second half. This game's probably going to open up quite a bit. You're going to see the Badgers really try to push some numbers forward here and try to get the equalizer.
I guess if you're Humberto
Chavez,
the nice thing about it is that it's a first half situation, so you've got minimum 45 minutes left, probably closer to in the second, probably between the second half and stoppage time, you're looking at 50 minutes plus whatever's left on the clock. So there's still a lot of time, and they just had a great round of possession where they were very threatening at the front of Neil Jordan's goal. So, or Noah Jordan's goal.
And just lacking a little bit of class there in the final third. They've had their chances, ball just dropping into Cervantes, and a couple balls kind of aimless balls trying to find Chavez either through, and Chavez had a little bit of trouble being that post-up target forward and knocking it down for Andrade, who's trying to play underneath him a bit. And I think if they can clean that up and looking forward to the second half, I think they're going to give Surf some fits here. But the other 2/3 of the field in the back and in the midfield, they've looked the stronger team. Badgers have.
Surf with the throw here. Sanders finding all red to Bidot. Just keeping through it now. A ball that Noah Jordan's going to have to do something with quickly because Miguel Chavez was right on top of him. Surf able to handle it though, but it's a turnover. Another opportunity here. Andrade trying to touch pass it as he loses it. Bidot off of Andrade and out of bounds. So Surf have it. Gonna back up the throw about 6 yards. One thing it does seem like a Surf is kind of loose with the ball. They just get a little, they're happy to give the ball to you and then just play defense at times, it feels like. And you'd like to think that at some point that's going to come up and bite them, but
yeah, they've been okay in possession. They haven't been terribly crisp. Surf hasn't, but I think the Badgers will look to press a bit more here again. Second half looks for some fresh legs to help with that. And I think they're going to be able to, the Badgers might be able to force some turnovers in dangerous areas in the attacking and middle thirds. We see a really good ball into Peretti in the corner here.
Peretti centers it and wide open right there. Hilario Murillo with a goal. That makes it 2-0, and that becomes very problematic.
Things just change in a big, big way here as Surf goes up 2-0 late in the first half. Great through ball into the corner here by Peretti, and he's the one I was talking about earlier in the game where you can't let him operate in that left side in that channel because he delivers a sublime ball across the box. He's delivered a few earlier when it was 0-0. The Surf players weren't able to get the jump on there on the far post. This time you saw Murillo, who came on as a substitute, doing damage here late in the first half for Washington East Surf as they lead 2-0.
All right. Referee put up 2 fingers. I'm not sure if that was the 2-0 is the score or 2 minutes left. 2 minutes of stoppage time but we'll send Jason down to get our first of the 2 halftime interviews. Boy, how big would it be if here late in this one first half that Badgers FC could find the net. But it's a huge situation for tomorrow if they fall short tonight. They'd have to go on the road at Spokane, a team that's already beaten them here. The shadow, and then potentially it would be a win or your season's over situation. Ruelas. Initial indication was Badgers FC ball. That was from the side ref, the assistant referee, but the main ref said, nope, that's not. It's actually Surf ball. Now it's Badger ball. As it goes out of bounds, Kranz will be throwing it again. Going to give him a lot of leeway in getting up the field. Chavez into the center, trying to find Andrade. Said Murillo gets it. Back to Caden Thompson. Badgers FC, another throw. Reyes has it. Back to Martinez. Nothing. Surf back. They're starting to play really defensive here. As Noah Jordan will catch it. Fall on it. Get things going again for the Surf. Miguel Chavez trying to be there just in case, but instead Murillo will have it. He's going to send it down the right side. Glenn Glakowski. Back. Working around, finding Murillo again. He's going to go, and he was thinking Peretti would get a run out of there, but instead Martinez has it for Badgers FC. Knocked away from him by John Lehman. Then he ends up in the back foot, or on the feet of Aiden Sanders. 3 minutes. Okay, so the 2 was the goals. 3 minutes of stoppage time, as the referee indicates. And the battle goes that it will be Badgers ball. Shade now starting to cover both benches, so players on the sidelines at least are getting to be mildly cooler, not having that sun right on their backs. Badgers FC, though, just 3 minutes of stoppage time here in this first half, trying to get at least something. One would be great. It would be huge. Beto trying to find Chavez. He's undercut, but the offsides flag was up. So it is an offsides call on Miguel Chavez. Did look like he might have been a step or so offsides. Beto Cervantes, though, nearly with the just unbelievable pass. Instead, Surf have it, and another opportunity just missed. Badgers FC all the way back deep into the Surf territory as Surf trying to not lose the ball. Playing Glakowski, finds Bedot. Finding Sanders. Now they work the opposite side of the field. Peretti. Into the center. He's going to send one down for Swider. Able to stop it. It's now him against Victor Godinez, and a whistle blows a foul called on Chris Swider. That one comes from the assistant referee and a yellow card out of it. So a yellow card for Chris Swider. You can see where he goes and just makes a really late and it's a rough challenge on Victor Godinez. So Cameron Perrin. Keep wanting to think he's from the Evita musical apparently. And say Perron. So Badgers FC trying to get set up as Swider goes into the books. Perrin trying to find Potter. Instead it goes off the head of Chavez. And the ball bouncing around a little bit. Julio Andrade almost had a shot at it. Instead Ruelas gets it for Badgers. Now they get it back to Potter. And that's going to be the whistle for the halftime. So rough first half for the Badgers as things started a feeling out process and then it went sideways in the last about 10-15 minutes or so. And what we saw was Washington East Surf taking an early 2-0 lead. Looks like we're going to get Giovanni Carranza down there, so we'll see. But Jason Quintero, but that's boy, some great opportunities there just after the water break, and then all of a sudden to be down 2-0. That's kind of got to be a shocking turn of events for this Tri-Cities Badgers FC squad. So we'll see at least what Giovanni Carranza has to say when we take it on down to Jason Quintero. And so as long as he's looking at me, so I hope he's ready. So Jason, what does Giovanni have to say?
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Giovanni Carranza. Not the way you guys wanted to end the second half, or the first half after playing, I think, so well for most of the first half, giving up 2 late goals. What's your thoughts on the first half?
Difficult half. We have had opportunities which we plan on finishing next half. Defense-wise, we could get a little bit more solid, but overall, I feel like we've been playing better right now than we have the past few weekends.
Gio, good luck in the second half as you guys attempt to come back here against the Surf in a must-win game in terms of playoffs.
Thank you.
Kevin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jason. Again, the score as we reach the halfway mark, Washington East Surf 2 and the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Let's take a time out. When we come back, we'll have highlights from the first half. You're watching Tri-Cities Badgers FC on SWX. Puts I'm just forgetting. I'll get. Yep. Yeah, we will. Could you have them check the link on the website? I guess it's not working for the broadcast. I'm guessing that had to do with changing it from 4 to 6:30, but I'll double check. Okay, well, let me go to the link. If I click on Watch Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Oh, okay. Jason's wife says it came back. But doesn't help that it says 4 p.m. PT. We probably should have updated that. I mean, we've got a commercial, so I'm not exactly sure. Thank you for the yeah, we're going to bust through a bunch of these here at halftime. YTA, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know that the feed is working. This SWX broadcast is brought to you by Riggle Plumbing. Good plumbing makes life better. Tonight's game also presented by Draftco Designs. For the best and most unique homes and buildings, go to Draftco Designs. The Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club is sponsored by Boeda Brazilian Grill. an authentic Brazilian steakhouse. All right, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights in this one. And see, there's some opportunities here. Just couldn't come through, unfortunately.
This is that first ball that Peretti had that Surf couldn't finish. Almost a carbon copy of the one they did end up finishing there. Peretti deep in on the left here, and that's the ball that really dropped as a dream straight to Cervantes. Just couldn't get enough on it, sent it wide. Regrets it immediately. And a fantastic finish by Lehman here in a play that he started originally about the half line, combined with Peretti deep on the left. Good inside of the foot finish. And then here is the carbon copy, second time around. Works like a charm. Into the substitute there.
Yeah, that was a substitute that came on after one of their defenders, Kyle Welch, got injured. He suffered some sort of like hamstring injury or something, and so he came off, and Hilario Murillo came on, and boy, he made an impact almost instantaneously.
Instant.
Scoring within a few minutes of taking the field. So Ramos Group is a proud sponsor of the Tri-City Badgers Football Club. Today's broadcast also brought to you by Northwest Premier Auto Sales, dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. I'd also like to thank Rocco's Pizza for supporting Tri-City Badgers FC. When we come back, we'll talk more of what we need to see from the Badgers in the second half. Right now, they trail 2-0 to Washington East Surf. You're watching Tri-Cities Badgers FC Soccer on SWX. Tri-Cities Badgers FC thanks Juanito's Foods for their support. This SWX broadcast of Tri-City Badgers FC brought to you by Swift Rehab. Well, Jason, you heard from Giovanni, the captain of this one, and you've got obviously worlds of expertise in the world of soccer. So what do you need to see? How can the Badgers get back in this?
Well, I don't know if I have much expertise about anything. I do know that Surfs put the ball in the back of the net twice, and Badgers have done it 0 times. And Gio Carranza kind of alluded to that during the brief interview that we had there. Is Badgers are looking to finish their chances. I think creating more high-quality chances is a big differentiator here as well. You saw Peretti when he got loose on the left a few times delivered some good service into the box that wasn't, into the goalkeeper's hands. It wasn't out for a goal kick. It wasn't slotted too far back towards the 18 where it's just going to get dealt with by a retreating defender. It was very, very dangerous, deliberate service across the 6 that really freezes the goalkeeper and puts the keeper in no man's land because because he's a little bit too far to go out and grab, and it kind of freezes him and kind of leaves the door open for a runner in the box to finish as they did there in the second goal. And then the first goal, you're talking about just kind of a clever heel pass at the half line to put in Peretti around the left, play a little two-man game in the corner, and good prep touch there by Lehman and a good finish by him as well. But for the most part, if you take those instances out, I think, again, Badgers have been the better team throughout their defensive third and the midfield third. It's just putting things together there up top in the attacking third and creating more high quality, not just more chances, but more high quality chances. Sometimes you'd rather have 3 or 4 really, really good chances in a half instead of 10 half chances. So I think, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of substitutions are made, what kind of personnel and formation changes might be coming here either at the half or very shortly thereafter. But Badgers definitely kind of digging themselves a hole here in a very important game as it relates to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what's really ultimately happening is that now they've got to score 2 minimum or it becomes really dangerous. And, then the Surf, this is where you start to see, the Surf going to just start to lay back. There's going to be 6, 7 guys on the back half of the field and just their
it's gonna be really tough to find space going forward because they're not going to be sending outside backs forward as much. Surf is not. You're not going to see their 6 kind of drifting east-west and north-south very often. He's probably going to sit more as kind of and operate as more of a kind of a shield to the center backs, dealing with in the first half it was Miguel Chavez at the 9 for Badgers, but that 6 will probably hold in more and stay more at home. So what you're doing here is you're looking at less space to operate in when things kind of tighten up. They're probably going to sit in line of confrontation, probably deeper, more like the half line or even inside their own half. They're probably not going to open up space by chasing the Badgers back 4 by when they're swinging the ball. So it's going to be difficult, and Badgers going to have to operate in tight little spaces and do a lot of work in the phone booth, as some coaches call it, with 1 or 2 players right near you in inches of space and try to combine your way out.
I know what the problem is. Alessandro showed up late. I have no doubt that it's a very worthwhile reason, but he came in CBC gear. And so
didn't have time to change his Badger shirt.
Didn't have time to change it to his Badger shirt. So. But
no, it's I'm really looking forward to the second half. This is kind of where the rubber meets the road in terms of the chess match of what kind of changes you can make. Surf, obviously, like you said in the first half, made 2 substitutions. One of them paid huge dividends immediately, but at the end of the day, that player that subbed out, Welch and I think it was Maciel maybe came out as the first sub. They cannot come back into this game, so you're kind of shorthanded coming to the second half where the Badgers have a full roster of 18. They have 7 substitutions still that they can use, whether they choose to use them now or at halftime. And it's going to be exciting to kind of see how this next 45 minutes plays out. I think as the clock might be getting fixed as well. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Well, I'm hopeful that we just started at 45 and we can go from there. We don't need to know how much stoppage time was in the first half. Let's go ahead and release you to the Hounds. Go down there and see if we can. Well, also, Alessandro and Berto are not anywhere near where we're going to need them to be. So we'll keep you up here for just a little bit longer, but it really did feel at times the Badgers FC had the possession advantage, and they just couldn't, for whatever reason, they just were not able to get that final execution of the play. So it was always like, you're right there, right there, right there, no. Right there, right there, right there, no. So.
And they were anything that Surf got going was really long balls into the corner, fantastic long balls into the corner, not just random kicks or anything like that, but you saw a big long diagonal switch by Peretti there towards near the end of the half. But when they try to play through the midfield, I think the central midfielders for the Badgers are doing a really good job of not allowing those central midfielders for Surf to turn or find any space to really play a new angle, so they eventually have to play back and play back and play back again. So really defensively, and it sounds weird when you're losing 2-0, but there's elements defensively that have gone really, really well for the Badgers in terms of not allowing Surf to play through the midfield really whatsoever. So I think if they keep that up, maybe you might see 3 in the back here instead of 4, and add another player up top so that they show more 1v1s across the top for the Badgers. It really might change things.
All right, well, I'm going to release you now because Berto and Alessandro are both down there where you can chase them down, or see if we can get just a quick minute of word or so from them as we get ready to start the second half. I did see some players that were looking like getting the word they were going to be rotated into the substitution. I think Julio Andrade is going to come out of this game, perhaps. Or at least they're doing some switching around, as right now they're showing Alex Martinez, the lineup, and then they also have Juan Chavez in there, so maybe he was out there running around a little bit like he was going onto the field. So a fresh couple of substitutions, at least early on. Berto gets the short straw and he come and talk to Jason sweepstakes. Just about 30-45 seconds out of him. So they're making their substitutions so far. 2 substitutions right now for Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Alex Martinez in the lineup, Juan Chavez in the lineup, and that might be the only 2 that get going at half. And let's go down to Jason, who's got Berto. Jason.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with Humberto Chavez, head coach of the Badgers. Unfortunate to go down 2-0 late. I think the Badgers have possessed well and defended well for the most part, but end of the day, down 2-0 here in a very, very important game. Any changes we can look for here in the second half?
I think our game plan is going to be the same. We've done really good in the first half. I think we created goal-scoring opportunities. Unfortunate that we couldn't score them in. We got a couple of fresh legs coming in, so hopefully they can give us a different dynamic.
Thanks, Humberto. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Kevin, back to you.
All right, Jason, thanks so much. You mentioned those 2 substitutions. Again, they're already got those all taken care of. And so it looks like, I think that's Alex Martinez has been rotated out. And maybe Beto Cervantes has been rotated out. And so that's where we sit. Oh, no. Okay. Now the whistle finally blows. The teams will switch sides. It is indeed Eric Martinez that comes to the bench in one of the rotations. He will take a seat. So the 3 across the front for the Badgers will be Andrade, Chavez, and Cervantes. Reyes and Juan Chavez. And Chase Potter playing the mid, and right now 4 across the back. And the first opportunity for Alex Martinez to get some run. Victor Godinez is also going to be in the back.
And immediately off the back there, you see Andrade he's played more of a central midfielder role in the first half. Did well, but I really like his explosiveness up top. He's, as a lot of you soccer fans know out there, set the New Pasco High School single-season goal-scoring records this past year. Recently graduated.
Yeah, heck of a season for him and that Pasco squad. Ended short of where they wanted, but they sure made some great memories during the season. So we're now getting some official word. And there we are. Clock looks like it is back up and running, we hope.
Game time temperature 98 degrees.
So it will be Tri-City Badgers FC ball. And you never try to press anything super early, but how huge would it be for the Badgers' confidence to get something back in the net early on in the second half, give you just a world of confidence. As Godinez trying to find Julian Reyes, instead ball kicked out of bounds by Washington East. Shadow starting to cover most of the field, 60 to 70% of the field right now. Just really the few spots in the middle and mostly a little bit on that far side. The whistle goes on Washington East Surf, and another great opportunity here for Badgers FC.
Kind of a tweener here in terms of what Andrade might be looking to do, or is Reyes calling off here, but you could definitely see him trying to.
Reyes was playing the game a little bit. Reyes was
no,
like, no, it's
that
further
ball
up.
moved by itself. The wind.
It was further up. It was further up. No, we were definitely further up.
Julio might try to. Oh.
He tries to pass it, and it goes right off Mario Badeau. He's going to try to get it out to Swider. Swider already on a yellow, and then a big tackle there by Godinez. Flag goes up. We might see a yellow there on Victor Godinez. And they're gonna. So the head referee gonna go and talk to his assistant referee as to what he saw. Godinez just trying to tackle.
So sometimes what's a big factor in determining what is a yellow card and what is not just the level of violence of the foul, but also the tactical portion of it. And I could see Godinez is a little bit lucky here getting away with no yellow, because had he not committed that foul, it could be argued that he was very much in on a very dangerous goal-scoring opportunity there. So a little bit lucky there. Ends up being actually a really good foul if you're not going to get the yellow on that. Oh. Looks like the Surf player might be getting talking to. Not sure.
That would be fascinating.
Nope, nope.
Yeah,
just gonna play. Okay.
Especially because it was Chris Swider that got called over to the referee, which would have been potentially a red.
Yeah, he's on the yellow, like you mentioned.
All red, sweeper off the right side. I don't think that Cameron Perrin had to do much with that. They're going to, in fact, give it a goal kick out of it, so no corner. Badgers FC quickly on the attack. Trying to cross the field, and Julio Andrade had some space. The pass finds the foot of Wayne Glukowski. Now that I say it enough times, I feel like I'm saying Mike Wazowski.
I was just going there. I was just going there.
Victor Godinez to Andrade. Past the defender, left side. But ball knocked out of his feet, at his hand. That tells you how much I'm used to balls being, basketball, baseball, football, not on their feet. Reyes knocked down from behind, no whistle. Referee palms down on that one. Now they're going to try to find Swider. He gets out front of Godinez. Swider. They don't have numbers. Yes. They have to find Rio in the back, and then he turns it over. So Badgers FC another opportunity. Cervantes, he's going to try to send one down for Chavez. Noah Jordan kicks it off of Chavez. That's going to be a goal kick, though. Bit of a bad break from Miguel Chavez.
And Beto Cervantes, he tried that through ball earlier in the first half. More on the ground, more driven, easily swept out there by the goalkeeper. But that was a little bit more class to it, more shape to it, a little bit of a... Andrade thinks he was fouled there. He had definitely a shout for it.
Instead, they get it down to Lehman. Lehman offsides. And there's some hard feelings there between Alfredo Jimenez and John Lehman. Yellow card goes on Jimenez.
The original call there was offside. Cody Holt called that offside, and there was wasn't whistled right away, and so they kept playing. And that's kind of sometimes what happens when we delay whistles of offside. Is kind of unnecessary extracurricular shenanigans. Either way, Alfredo Jimenez is on a yellow now.
So yeah, he goes in the book.
Some laughing and playing.
Chase Potter, John Lehman having some fun. But I think as much as anything, I don't know if Jimenez said something or just kind of looked over him. But once Lehman went to the ground, Jimenez definitely seemed to loom over the top of him briefly. And I'm wondering if the referee heard or saw something that he didn't like in that particular situation. As Perrin will kick it and Peretti will handle it. Bouncing around, finding the foot of Badut. Not all red. Badgers FC trying to find some offense here.
And that's what's going to take from Badgers there. You saw kind of the double team centrally. A little fancy footwork by Allred, but couldn't get out of trouble initially. But the Badgers are going to have to work very, very hard defensively, press all over, double a lot of things, and force these turnovers just like you saw there. Although,
Whistle
foul
goes
call
on
on
Reyes. Yeah.
But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take some high energy, 60, 70 yards away from your goal, forcing turnovers in dangerous areas.
52nd minutes. I'd imagine we'll see a situation where we see another water break just for temperature reasons. While the shade is out, and I have no doubt the field is cooling off to some extent. Your cooling off is, getting down to 100 at this point, particularly off the turf. As Godinez goes off of wider and out of bounds, so that'll be a goal kick. Quickly out, finding Giovanni Carranza is Cameron Perrin. And he'll try to send it down to Miguel Chavez to Reyes. He's going to get out wide to Juan Chavez. Now finding Cervantes, or trying to find Cervantes, but nice defense there. For Washington East serve, so instead Noah Jordan will kick this one away. He's going to worry about possession, getting it off to Caden Thompson. I always find it fascinating, the strategy of the big long kick from the goalie to the short kicks, possession type kicks. It's always circumstantial, I have no doubt, but it is always fascinating. Yes, Jimenez and Swider, both on yellows right now, banging around a little bit. Badgers with the throw, and they get it all the way out. They'd find Alex Martinez, who jumped in on the outside. This SWX broadcast brought to you by Wriggle Plumbing. Good plumbing makes life better. Also tonight's game presented by Draftco Designs. For the best and most unique homes and buildings, go to Draftco Designs. Ball goes out of bounds.
Look for these outside backs to continue to get really high. You saw a big long diagonal ball just to start the first half by the Badgers. The pass wasn't great, but if you look far side here, you're going to have 2v1s out wide both ways with the Badgers outside backs and the fresh legs getting forward and kind of trying to force a numbers up situation out wide.
Jimenez passes it back.
It's going to be Carranza and Jimenez kind of just alone as a back two a lot of this second half as the score remains 2-0.
That's how they're going to try to get back into it. It's just rely on the midfielders to be able to hustle their way back. That's Peretti, and that's going to be offside. It's called on John Lehman. That one, I think, a little bit closer than the last one. So Perrin boots it down. Andrade down there. Chavez down there. Neither one of them able to take advantage of it. Instead, falls at the feet of the powder blue Washington East Surf. And it's going to be a throw for the Badgers. Eden Sanders, that left defender, left back. Now Cervantes trying to spin in. He gets hit, goes to the ground, no whistle goes. Carranza clears out the deep pass. Godinez, Swider continue their physical play. That's going to be a whistle on Godinez. No booking this time, though. It's a tricky thing for official, I would imagine, to see sort of how it lays out rather than the result, where Godinez and Swider are both banging into each other. Swider just happens to go down and you see it.
And that's one of my frustrations with refereeing is the result a lot of times determines more than the actions, which is why, unfortunately, especially at the top level of the stuff you've been watching all summer, Copa America and the Euro Championships and all that stuff, a lot of times you'll see guys really making a meal out of what's insignificant in terms of the amount of contact and how the contact was made.
Deep pass to Chavez, finds Cervantes. Trying to get past one of the defenders. Can't. Thompson clears it off to the side, so it's a throw-in. Substitution for Washington East Surf as rotating in will be Andre Lehman. He comes in for Chris Swider. That might be a strategic play as much as anything, because if he gets a red, I don't know if they do it on EPL or not, but I know that in some leagues, red cards means you're not available in the next game.
That would carry over. Yep, that would carry over into suspension and Surf. Obviously, thinking about playoffs, just for the sake of this game as well, they don't obviously want to go down to 10 men. So
yeah.
And I don't think Swider has much of an off switch. You saw him really getting stuck in. Already on a yellow as Badgers draw a foul here in a dangerous position. You'd want to see the Badgers do something. They've had a few of these chances and really wasted all of them so far.
Now they got 2, 3, 5 in the box.
I'm surprised.
Julian now 6, but not really in an attacking position. And now they're going to move, kind of rotating through as Julian Reyes sends it in. Andrade trying to get the back head. Can't get it. Kicked that away. Aiden Sanders. So Badgers with the throw. As they've set up opportunities, just not yet been able to finish them. Surf, on the other hand, have had 2 that they've been able to handle. Andrade has the ball deflected. Not a single member in blue on the attacking side or even near midfield at this point. They've got everybody back to stop this. A win here for the Surf. They win the Eastern Division. That's it for them. They are champs. They go into the playoffs. Badgers FC can't guarantee a division win, but could guarantee a playoff spot with a victory. We get into the 58th minute. Again, settling things back, getting it back to Perrin. Now looking, Chavez. Back header. Actually, I think that would have been Cervantes trying to back header. But Juan Chavez has it. Tries to boot one from distance. Blocked out, and then Murillo just knocks over Julian Reyes. Though maybe a little bit. That was a pretty intense blow, but a little bit of just, you feel it, you go down.
Somebody's talked his way into a yellow. I don't know if that was.
I think that's Murillo.
Is
so
it
now
Murillo? Okay,
and they don't have a substitution left. So, or is it 3? Is it 4? Is it?
I think so. The way I understood it is everyone is eligible on the bench. There's no limit in terms of numbers.
Oh, okay.
But once you go in, you cannot. Once you come out, you cannot go back in.
There's no re-entry.
Correct.
So there's not 3 subs or 4 subs.
Correct. Yep.
Once you come out, you're done. So you have as many subs as you have guys on the bench.
Yep. Which I see 5, and they've used
3.
They've
used 3. So they got a couple more left. As Murillo goes in the book.
Again, another dangerous opportunity for the Badgers here, but haven't really been able to be effective with these kicks around the box.
Potter and Reyes standing over the ball.
Not convinced that's 10 yards. There's football field lines there, and I'm seeing 9.
Yeah, I'm counting 9. Potter's the left-handed opportunity. Reyes the right-footed and left-footed. So Potter the left foot. Reyes the right foot. It'll be Reyes off the wall. Just trickles just past the goalie for a corner. It is hard to get the ball up so quickly, to get it over a wall that's going to be 8-9 feet high with the jumping. That's just 10 feet away. So you can try to sometimes drill it low, and that's exactly what Reyes did. Corner for the Badgers. Wing swings in, gets to a foot, I believe, of a player in white, but instead it's cleared out. Now the Surf going to just really boot it. They're going to find John Lehman. Lehman, all red, back. Lehman, left, fakes the left foot, then he gets it right out to his brother Andre, and that might just about seal it. As Andre gets the pass from John, it's Lehman to Lehman for the goal.
Great touch of class there by John Lehman to kind of hold up the ball, wait for the runner in the slot. Good inside of the foot finish, calm, collected. Those are very, very easy to miss despite what you might think. Easy to send that over, and it's 3-0 here for the Surf, and very big mountain to climb if you're the Badgers here, who for the first 15 minutes of this second half really played exclusively on the Surfs' half of the field.
So at this point, Humberto Chavez has got a decision to make. You wave the white flag, get your starters out, put in all the bench guys that you can, and essentially put all your eggs into tomorrow's basket. Or do you try to keep the starters out there, see if you can make some sort of miracle run on this, and maybe find your way back into it, but knowing full well that it is not going to be an easy task trying to find 3 goals in under 30 minutes.
No. Very much uphill, and it kind of interesting about to go back to that last play as well. It was Andre Lehman that found the early outlet pass on a dime to John Lehman up top and made the 60, 70-yard run into the box. And again, John Lehman to hold that ball up and wait for help. Fantastic play.
Wayne Glikowski will clear it out to John Lehman. Finds Andre again. Now he's going to see if he can find Bryce Allred, but there were 2 defenders on him. So Badgers FC are already going to make it. They're making a substitution as Medrano will come into the lineup the next stoppage of play. That'll happen right now. The Tri-City Badgers Football Club is sponsored by Boeda Brazilian Grill, an authentic Brazilian steakhouse. And the Ramos Group, also a proud sponsor of the Tri-City Badgers Football Club. So it will be Badgers ball after the substitution. So as we work things along, and we're going to take a water break.
We're going to have a water break.
So Jason, put you on the spot here. You're the coach. You're in this situation. You know you can live another day. Do you kind of wave the white flag, try to keep everybody as fresh as possible for tomorrow, or do you say, no, we want to win every possible game, and knowing that right now at this point it's not possible to win the division, it is only possible to get the wild card?
Yeah, and I hate to give a political answer here, but really there's no right or wrong answer to that. As we sit here 63 minutes into the game, still a half hour. I mean, it's not give up time quite yet. Anybody who's watched, any of the Copa or the Heroes this summer can attest to that. Things can happen in just a matter of a few minutes, but yeah, I mean, would you maybe like to see some fresh legs and kind of change the game? Absolutely. Again, if you look at how Surf has scored, it's really just been on kind of direct over the top kind of play, and so, like, defensively, in terms of not letting people turn or play through the midfield, everything's good. I'm a broken record in that regards, but I mean, do you change things up numerically, formation-wise at this point? There's pros and cons, because then you could find yourself 4 or 5 down if you start throwing numbers forward, taking huge risks. So there's really no right answer, no wrong answer to that. As we get a good shot of the crowd here, is now fully shaded, and coaches Julio Morales on the right and Jay Vela on the left there for Surf. Have to like what they've seen so far. Beto Cervantes had a couple instances where he was dangerous so far in these first 64 minutes. Good chance to score there in the first half. Hilario Murillo, instant impact substitute in the first half there. He's having a good game as the Badgers throw it back in here. Numbers being pushed forward here for the Badgers, still leaving 2 center backs back. Medrano's going to come in. He's slotted as the 6 now. Throw in by the Badgers. Medrano's first touch. Dangerous spot here.
Chavez. Well, they're all a lot of white in the box right now, just
Still pushing numbers forwards, absolutely.
As Godinez goes down, the whistle blows. That's Chris Peretti that looks over to the official, has a conversation. And we'll progress along the way. Godinez, little gimpy. And actually, they're going to call it surf ball.
Yeah, it looks like on that initial challenge, Godinez got injured and eventually fouled there by, I think it was Andrade, but Peretti's been so dangerous here up and down the left side.
So serve for the 3-0 lead. The Lehman brothers, each a goal in this one. As Ronald Medrano gets knocked down from behind. Badgers FC trying to be quick. Alex Martinez goes cross. Juan Chavez tries to find Juan Chavez. It is instead bounces around like a pinball for a minute, and Chavez ends up with it. Now he gets it inside. They get it to Chavez. Miguel Chavez crosses over, and it goes right into the hands of Noah Jordan.
That's just been kind of the difference today, hasn't it? Where Surf's very few services outside in. The crosses have been very, very dangerous. Badgers have floated a few into the goalkeeper's hands, just not quite getting hips around it just enough to put it in a dangerous spot outside the 6.
Murillo has it, and he's going to get that. Might be a card right there on Medrano. That was a pretty late challenge, and that is. Medrano will go into the book. Today's broadcast brought to you by Northwest Premier Auto Sales, dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. Also, we'd like to thank Rocco's Pizza for supporting the Tri-City Badgers Football Club. So Surf have a kick, a free kick. And some pretty much the rest of the bench for Badgers starting. They've been warming up here as the field now completely covered in shade. I think this was sort of the goal of pushing the start back to 6:30, is that at some point we would be pretty much entirely in shade for the last 20-ish minutes of this one. Andre Lehman can't quite get it back, and it's going to be a goal kick. So Badgers, again, going to try to send and hope. The ball bouncing around Mario Bedot. Now they get it out to Peretti. Down the sideline, trying to find John Lehman. Instead, it'll be Cameron Perrin able to clean up. He looked out Beto Cervantes' way, but instead he's going to wait till a few more guys get downfield. Cervantes finds Andrade. They have Potter. Now this is some nice connections, and that just a little too much. Now Beto Cervantes. They're trying to get kind of into the middle and the quick touch off to the side to the runner, but it just isn't happening right now. It'll be Surf ball and a throw in. So we'll see how it goes here. Badgers FC desperately trying to find something. Anything they can find to get. Even getting one, get something back right now could be as much as a goal differential question. You want to start? You need your first before you can get your third.
Toronto needs to be very careful there, stopping that counterattack. Just picked up a yellow a minute ago.
Another substitution for Surf. Tynan Silva. Check into the lineup. Also coming in, Alex Otello. He'll come in for the Badgers, another attacking option, and then somebody came in for Chase Potter, and that is Nathan Alvarado. Tri-City Badgers FC thanks Juanito's Foods for their support. This SWX broadcast of the Tri-Cities Badgers FC also brought to you by Swift Rehab. So Surf with it as the two substitutions happen. Sotelo and Alvarado. We're going to see another substitution for Surf as well, as they get it outside to Murillo. Almost offsides. Nicely blocked there by Jimenez. Still in a very dangerous spot. They're able to get it to Cervantes, who loses it to Wen Glukowski. He tries to get it over to Lehman, who I think was going to try to bicycle kick it maybe. Instead, big blow out of there for Bryce Allred, I think. And it goes up and over the net. So Julian Reyes, Chase Potter come out of this one. And checking in, Juan Tapia for Washington East. One more game for the Badgers FC up in Spokane tomorrow. Game will continue to have postseason implications, as Alvarado comes in, immediately commits the foul. It's a fine line from being physical and trying to get a situation where they, you're knocking somebody over. Juan Chavez gets it outside. So Badgers FC down 3-0. Trying to find Beto Cervantes out front. There's a little side heel. I think he might have been trying to get it to Andrade. Fortunately, he just didn't get enough of it. So then they're just rolling right into the hands of Noah Jordan.
It was a fantastic ball by Jimenez over the top there. Beto Cervantes did a good job of faking a checking run into the ball, making space over the top to allow that space for Alfredo to try to chip a ball in. And again, Beto would want to do better than that, for sure.
And he certainly is capable of doing it. As John Lehman finds Bryce Allred, steps over. He's knocked out. Andre Lehman trying to keep it in the box. Instead, it's cleared out. Wen Glukowski.
Oh.
And there's a
came in late there.
late challenge there by Wen Glukowski, as Alex Martinez will go to the turf. I think that Wen Glukowski is going to get a yellow as well. And that's something that both these teams right now have to think of, is they've got another game. But likely the Washington East Surf squad could be playing in the postseason.
Yep.
You cannot have any of you don't want to have any of these guys that are not available to you. And so they've got a couple, 3 guys that are on yellows. They've already subbed out Chris Swider. But the Badgers, they got a game tomorrow. Pedrano's on a yellow. So they got to figure out, fight valiantly another day or keep going today. So Alvarado takes it, but then loses possession as Andre Lehman got the pass from his brother, but not able to complete anything. And then Alvarado, nice little footwork there. Takes it from Mario Bato. So quickly on the attack, trying to find Julio Andrade. Can't. Alvarado, though, there. Alvarado, fresh legs at least. The Cervantes trying to get in there. Goes between 3 or 4 defenders, and eventually the magic ran out. As Badeau will just knock it out of bounds. So Badgers FC with the throw. We have not been very good luck for the Badgers here, Jason. Last game in 3 quarters, we've not yet been around to see a goal.
especially how they started their season. The barn burner 6-4 result against Spokane Shadow to start the year. You thought going to be some really high scoring opportunities. I think they dropped 7 in an away game. I think it was Olympia. Just can't find the back of the net here the past couple weeks.
Drawn to Juan Chavez. Trying to find Sotelo. He did. Andrade, he's got all kinds of space in front of the net. Julio Andrade finally cracks the seal. The Tri-Cities Badgers.
Is that the opposite of a commentator curse there? That's a great combination play by the Badgers. Finding a little bit of luck there, kind of bouncing off Sotelo, but what a turn by Andrade, and that's why you can see how he set the single season all-time scoring record at Pasco High School this past year. Fantastic turn in the box under pressure. Very calm finish, just passes it into the corner of the net where the keeper is, and all of a sudden we have a ball game here. 77th minute, 3-1.
Ethan Fajardo will step in, as will Ivan Chacron. Victor Godinez rotates out, as does Beto Cervantes. So Chacron be put in an attacking position. Fajardo rotate into the back line.
Badgers in it with a shout here. You saw last week Iman Chacron come in, and he's really dangerous, kind of a straight line runner, has some pace behind him, has some wheels, and they can find him, get him into a corner, maybe over the top a bit.
A lot there. Speaking of Chacron, he was trying to find Andrade, but instead it finds the foot of a Washington East Surf player, and so Bryce Allred gets it out to Peretti.
Here's a time when Badgers are really going to have to start exposing themselves, pressing higher and higher, as you see Andrade doing here. But you do give up these spaces here as the flip side. Good tackle.
Nice work there by Alex Martinez. Oh, sorry, Ethan Fajardo. Martinez must have rotated to the other side. Self-serve with the throw-in, but stolen by Medrano. Chacron trying to find the space that goes, flag goes up. I'm going to say Badgers FC ball. So Badgers FC, now whistle comes out for a free kick. Medrano. Gonna let Fajardo take it. So they start to send some folks up. Fajardo, though, gonna go the short way. Finding Alex Martinez. Now he's gonna go look for some distance. Up to Sotelo. Sotelo battling over on the far side. And that'll get kicked away.
And you could tell he wanted to make that long diagonal pass about for 14 seconds, just kind of waiting for players to make space up top there. A fantastic ball over the top, giving Sotelo a chance to go fight for it. Sotelo, good job winning the throw in for the Badgers here.
Yushkevich kicks it out of bounds, and it will be Badgers throw. The long toss inside to Andrade. Hit from behind. They're going to call it clean. And no indication yet of whether it's a goal kick or a corner kick. Now we get the goal kick reference. That was a interesting setup there.
I think he pointed his flag originally. Some of the Badgers, I think, thought the AR on the far side was calling for a penalty.
Andrade was hit from behind. Sotelo in disagreement with the lack of a call. Said Noah Jordan will clear this one out. Medrano can't quite get that one. They get it to John Lehman, who gets it up front to Tapia. And Cameron Parent, just safer rather than sorry, going to use his chest and feet. The ball gets kicked into the feet of Nathan Alvarado. Now he's going to try to find Julio Andrade, but that's a little bit far. Good work there by Caden Thompson. He's trying to block the path of Julio Andrade. The whistle blows, I think, for foul on Julio.
Yeah, he barged into the back of the center back there, who was shielding off for his goalkeeper.
So what are you to do in that situation? Just go around, I guess?
Yeah, that's the idea. There's also something that used to be called obstruction, where if you're shielding a player, if you're affecting the play and you're not within playing distance of the ball, if you're affecting the defender's ability to run where they want to run, they used to call it obstruction. It's an indirect free kick. To be fair, nobody knows what a handball is anymore, so I don't know what obstruction would be called anymore. You have offside that are not offside, somehow VAR is not getting at the top levels, and vice versa, and so yeah, no, it's kind of a gray area there.
Juan Chavez gets it out to Chacron. Chacron gets into the middle, trying to find a fancy pass. Instead, they get it out. Nathan Alvarado, a foul called. That's going to be free kick.
I think if you're the Badgers, you want the advantage played there.
Yeah, that was an advantage play. I'm a little confused as to why they didn't get it. But
2v1 on the far side. Ball at the feet of Juan Chavez, who had just laid it off into a wide attacking space that was pretty dangerous.
But yeah, so that's what I'm wondering sometimes is that, officiating soccer has got to be one of the more difficult things to do because it's really a one-person job that gets a little bit of help from two others.
Well, and it's so subjective as well. It's so subjective, and it's written in the rules to be subjective. You can't really define a lot of these things. What is what is intent, especially.
Alvarado boots into the wall. Ends up at the feet of Juan Chavez, but just a little too much pace on it.
And I think that deflected off a Surf player for a corner. However,
no, they're calling goal.
Called a goal kick here.
So you need some luck too in this game. You need some calls to go your way. Not really happening right now.
I think a Badgers player just talked himself into a yellow.
Alvarado did.
Some frustration here.
Yeah, he's turned around saying 2 calls. 2 calls that have been missed, he thinks. That's the last thing that the Badgers need is a red card to come out and try to be playing with 10.
I think now he's getting sent off for a jewelry situation, so double trouble.
Yeah, he had tape over the jewelry initially.
I mean, that's just an example of kind of what I was talking about as well. You see at the top level, games on TV, multi-millionaires, sometimes they, they'll tape something or they'll, hide and now he's getting sent back off again. He's got to come back out until they restart and be waved on later. So for instance, a lot of guys pretend they have a wrist injury in the pros, and they'll tape their wrist, and it's really a bracelet that they don't want to take off, and guys and gals. And just a lot of subjectiveness to deal with as a life of a referee.
Yeah, no, it's a difficult, but hopefully, getting an opportunity to see the higher levels of quality. As Perno cleared over to Fajardo, but he's got to get that ball out quick. So approximately 10 minutes left of game action. As a foul will be called on Alex Martinez. Alessandro Llamas not happy with that particular one. Mario Badeau. Behind the play, Caden Thompson getting some water. The shade's there, but the heat not gone. So instead, Badeau, kick it. Finds Tapia. Little fake. Iman using his strength. He's a particularly strong upper body player as Dwayne Glakowski has a bounce off of him. Then you find Nathan Alvarado. Now it's Chacron out wide. Sotelo. He's going to try to get it to Andrade, but there is not real chance for Julio to get to that one. Chacron was hoping for a...
Yeah, he really wanted that ball back in the corner, didn't he?
That leading pass that would go down towards the sideline and let him get into the corner. Instead, Surf have it. And unlike hockey, which is not too dissimilar from soccer, is Sotelo out front. The flag stays down. So Sotelo! That's going to be a corner kick, I believe.
I think.
No,
Maybe the Badgers, you definitely have a right to feel aggrieved here. I think there's been a few corner kicks that they've been shorted on. Let's
watch the replay here and see if Noah Jordan at least touches this.
I mean, that's close. I mean, you can also see where it could be argued he didn't as well. But and that's one of those. A lot of times, guys really, really care about their stats as well. I think if you're a goalkeeper, you're okay not getting credit for the save there and just getting the goal kick instead of the corner. But
it wasn't on goal. I mean, like it wasn't.
Sure.
There was never a chance it was going in. But at least it could have gotten a corner as Chacron steals the ball from Wayne Glukowski. And the whistle blows. Things start to get a little bit more challenging as Medrano and Bryce Allred have a little bit of an altercation. These high intensity matches, they're going to tend to get a little bit physical, and especially I think right now the Badgers FC frustrated not only that they're down 3-1, but I think they've got some disagreements with the officiating.
Yeah, but again, you can't really. The refs aren't why it's 3-1 whatsoever.
No,
Badgers as Iman gets in here in the corner.
Chacron centers it or tries to center it.
Just saved on the end line there. That one was going out for a corner. But yeah, at the end of the day, Badgers just haven't been clinical enough in the attacking third, and I think if we had heat maps and all that kind of high-level analytics and data for this game here, I think you'd see the ball mostly in the Surf half. We're 87 minutes in. I could see probably 60-40 possession, 65-35 possession for the Badgers' favor. Just haven't really been dangerous in the attacking third, except for the one goal by Julio Andrade.
Sotelo has it out wide left, guarded by Caden Thompson. Now back to Alvarado. He's going to try to center it. It's cleared out, though, not terribly far. On Chavez will get it out wide. Trying to find Andrade again. Such a potent threat as the Badgers FC take it away from Lehman. I think that was John Lehman. So again, Badgers looking for opportunity. 2 minutes and stoppage time to go. There was the water break, so the first half water break was worth 3 minutes of stoppage time. We'll see what the second half water break is worth. Thompson, or as Wayne Glukowski, sorry. The ball gets booted, now finds the feet of Alvarado. Alvarado trying to get it, to Andrade to Alvarado, and the ball gets cleared way out. A corner kick from the far side, or from the near side.
A really good turn and just nicked a ball in there for Alvarado running into the box. Couldn't get his foot on it, but good stuff by Andrade, top of the box. He plays so well with his back to goal, with pressure on his back. Very composed. He's not particularly big, but does really, really well in tight spaces against big, strong defenders.
Now a soccer ball has... Trying to get everybody. Usually, and Cameron Perrin is not going to go up there for the corner. You might see that occasionally. The goalie, not too dissimilar from pulling a goaltender in hockey. Chacron, after the corner gets cleared. Now they'll work it down. Alex Martinez down the left side. Slides. Gonna call a whistle. That'll go against Bryce Allred. So we'll see. Jason in the booth, insisting that Cameron Perrin go down there.
Why not? Need a goal late here, 90th minute. I think you put 10 in the box here and serve it in, see what happens.
Instead, we're going to see 6 in the box. As Alvarado centers. Something tells me that if it was 3-2 or 2-1, we would see Perrin there, but when it's 3-1. Another opportunity now. Alvarado going to go to Chacron, far left side. Hyman Chacron. The left footer into the middle, blocked by Caden Thompson.
Good positioning there by Thompson to cut out that cross near post on the 6.
So instead, Bryce Allred to have it, run down the right side. He's just sort of going to kind of almost clear it down. Tapia can't get it. So we reach the 90-minute mark, or reach the 90 minutes. Looks like 4 minutes, I think, is what the indication is. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Andrade.
Ooh.
Nice move there. Washington Surf player. It's Andre Lehman.
He's really done well since coming on as a substitute as well.
Ball goes out of bounds for a throw.
He called a foul on Chavez.
Oh, he called it. I think I could go back to this saying Chavez because Miguel is off. So it's just Juan Chavez out there for the Chavezes. Surf, not in any real hurry, of course. Fido, up to Allred. The one thing we haven't seen that you'd see at the upper levels is that every time there's a stoppage of play, it seems like in the European League, somebody goes down in the team that's winning.
Oh, yeah. Cramps galore.
Cramps, pulled a hamstring, whatever it is. As Jimenez tries to send it down to Andrade. Handled nicely by the Surf defense. Spido settles things in the middle of the field. Captain of Washington East Surf. Tapia trying to get it down to Andre Lehman. That's going to be a little long. Go out of bounds, so it will be Badgers FC throw. As Carranza runs it down. 2 minutes left of stoppage time. So we'll release Jason here. Get him down on the field for our post-game interview. The throw going to Perrin. Unfortunately, handled though by Washington East. So, sure looks like the Surf going to move on to pretty much clinch this division here. In their final game, get to 22 points. Badgers will be at 18, 4 back, playing against the Spokane Shadow tomorrow. That game in Spokane, so situationally not ideal. There's a handball called, I believe, on Sotelo, Alex Sotelo. So the Surf has a foul called on Ronald Medrano. Surf win the East Division, which is good news for them. That means they don't have to sweat out tomorrow in the slightest. They just get to watch a little soccer. Especially since that game will be out of Spokane as well. They are one of 3 teams listed in the league is out of Spokane. Shadow, United, and Washington East. The Surf. Fajardo, nice clean tackle there to Chacron. Chacron, again, very fast with the ball. Knocks it over to Sotelo. Alex Sotelo gets in by the defender. He's going to boot one hard, but it's going to be off of a back of one of the Washington East Surf players. He tries to save it. He centers it, and that's going to go on to Nathan Alvarado, and it goes over the goal crossbar. Instead, it goes off of the, or it goes off of the football crossbar as well. So 3-1 as we are very near the end of this one. You can see Sotelo centers it beautifully. Alvarado just over the net. Noah Jordan immediately afterwards thought there should have been a goal kick well before that. And that'll be it. Washington East Surf wins in the Eastern Division. They will move on to the playoffs with this 3-1 victory over the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Badgers live to play tomorrow against the Spokane Shadow, and a winner to the playoffs. Losers season ends. Those two played a heck of a match earlier this season here at Fran Risch Stadium. That was the very first game ever of the campaign for the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. So Jason trying to line up an interview here. Do want to send again a thank you to Riggle Plumbing, Draftco Designs, Boeda Brazilian Grill, Ramos Group, Northwest Premier Auto Sales, Rocco's Pizza, Juanito's Prime Meats, and Swift Rehab. So, the Badgers FC, the regular season, the home portion of the regular season comes to an end. They have one more match. So, as disappointing as this game will go for them, this is a situation, too, where I'd imagine they still have a game to look forward to, still have something to look forward to, an opportunity to still make the postseasons in their first ever season. So, we'll see what we have down here. So, let's go down to Jason. Jason.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Alfredo Jimenez. Not the result you want, obviously. A little fight back at the end, but you end up losing 3-1. Big, huge game tomorrow, less than 24 hours. What do you think you did well today? What are you looking to improve for tomorrow?
I think we moved the ball pretty well. We were dominating. I just feel like what we need to work on is our finishing because, we had the chances. The chances were there, but it didn't reflect on the score, and we just need to work on finishing because, we moved the ball pretty well. We dominated, so, we probably had all the possession, but, we just couldn't finish our chances, so we need to definitely improve in our finishing up in the final third.
Yeah, it's quite the result today, but makes tomorrow even huger as you look forward trying to make that playoff push. Anything what's your recovery like tonight and tomorrow morning? And do you feel like, what's the guys' mentality you think heading into tomorrow?
I feel like the mentality has to stay the same. Just stay with the goal that we have, finish on top. We obviously didn't get the result today, but tomorrow we got to go out and get the result just in case, something happens in the league. And just we got to go with the same goal and just recover, hydrate again. We got to recover, get a little stretch maybe so we can go out again tomorrow because we need to get a result tomorrow and just hope for the best tomorrow. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Alfredo. Good luck tomorrow. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate that. And thank you to Mr. Jimenez, who was able to take care of that for us. 3-1 again, your final. Surf beat the Badgers FC. Take time out. We'll get the highlights of this one when we come back. Badgers lose this one 3-1. Not the result they wanted, but they are not done yet. That's the key, I think, that Humberto Chavez and the coaching staff will relay to the players is that you live still. This isn't, we're not, funeral rites are not being played at this particular point. Let's go take a look at the highlights from this one. Is the Washington East Surf highlights from the second half. As you can see, some great opportunities, I think, for the Badgers. They just were a little errant here and there. Reyes got one in, and it just rolled past. But then that Lehman-to-Lehman connection, that pretty much was going to seal it, I think. It got to be 3-0 at that point as John Lehman found Andre. And then Julio Andrade, look at that turn. Just a beautiful turn by Andrade there. Makes it 3-1 at that point. They just couldn't find anything else out there. But just what a turn by Andrade. And ultimately, fortunately, it would be Washington East Surf that won this one. And now we wait. We wait for what happens tomorrow against the Spokane Shadow in Spokane. You might think that some of these Washington East Surf players might make their way over there to watch that one.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a huge game with for every party involved, really. Surf doesn't know kind of where they're going to be standing. Shadow still in it with a shout, and Tri-Cities Badgers as well. But it's a very, very big game. Badgers obviously tonight hoping they hope they would take care of business and lock themselves into a playoff spot, but that wasn't the way it was meant to be. And Alfredo doing a little dance out there, okay. Yeah, no, they would like to obviously lock it up today. Now tomorrow, that's going to be absolutely huge, and they kick off in less than 24 hours. So, as that young man said right there, it's time to rehydrate and get a stretch in and go back at it tomorrow on the road.
Replay of this game is going to be coming up tomorrow. That is on Sunday, July 14th at 9 a.m. Washington East Surf against the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Our next live broadcast on SWX comes up 2 weeks from tomorrow. We are going to be the exclusive TV home of Water Follies for this year. Our partners over at KNDU will have Olympic coverage going on that particular day. So if you would like to watch Water Follies on a Sunday and just leisurely enjoy your day out of the heat, then make sure you tune in to SWX or stream it on our website, swxlocalsports.com, or via our mobile app. We'll get things underway there at 10 a.m. This is our final Tri-Cities Badger broadcast for the season, so big thank you to all the Badgers, great Badgers folks, Berto and Alessandro and Freddie, and all the players that gave us some time. Also, big thank you to the crew of SWX who've been out here 2 weekends in a row in very warm temperatures, helping us put on this broadcast as best we can. And a big thank you to Mr. Jason Quintero, who has been here to explain soccer a little bit better than I ever could. So I appreciate that as well. I'm Kevin Rotz. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night.